coming up next. Welcome and good evening. We welcome you to our Monday night broadcast. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. And for Portland, Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. And tonight, a battle between conference rivals. These teams, Brent, know each other very well.
Very few surprises for either opponent tonight in this game, Kevin. I think they actually send Christmas cards to one another. They know each other that well. Who is going to execute when it matters? That's going to be the difference.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it. There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
First trip to the line for him here. He throw good, Damian Lillard.
I mean, every year since his rookie campaign, Lillard gets the maximum attention from defenses. They're schemed to slow him down. That's what's so impressive about the numbers that he's put up throughout his career.
Now, here's Doncic. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Clock at 6. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Knocks down the 10-footer.
Oh, in between game for Porzingis. That one's on target.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. Now coming into the lead with immense potential. Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it. Already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Here's Doncic. Portland making their last shot. Now Richardson unloads from 13. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
This is a show of confidence here. This kind of possession from Porzingis, ready to shoot off the pass.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Porzingis with the rebound. Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Doncic with it. Jones covering. Covington with the steal. And now Covington running the floor all by himself. Count that one. Lillard's got 6 points.
Well, compact and strong Lillard using his frame and still finishes.
Richardson kicks to Kleba. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by Jones. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And Portland making a change here. Powell's checked in. And Dallas with a change here, too. Hardaway's checked in for Richardson. Here's Lillard. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Lillard's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Outside Hardaway. Kleba, the pass to Hardaway. A 3-pointer off the mark. Portland leading by 6. Covington finds Powell. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard with it. Back to Covington. Now here is Hardaway. And there's the pass to Kleba. Shoots over Covington. That one off the back iron and out.
And when he's this close, he's got to make it. The defense was pretty good, but just shouldn't miss that.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And so here is Dallas. The Blazers getting the bucket. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith. Just 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And here's Doncic from the arc. Portland grabs the miss. And here again, the Trailblazers in transition. Up the court they go.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Here's Doncic, following the score by Damian Lillard.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range.
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Unreal. Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
Covington against Doncic. To the paint. Here's Kleber. And Kleber slams it in.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. And a deep three from Lillard. Kept alive. The shot comes out. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Trailing by 10. It's good.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Lillard against Doncic. Lillard with it. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers. Damian Lillard told us before the game when asked how
humble beginnings. You know, I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a five-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Mavericks, they've got Willie Cauley-Stein. Jalen Brunson out there with Burke. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Melly in at the 4. Here's Hardaway. And the layup falls. Hardaway has got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Mavs.
That's a hard-nosed play from Hardaway, absorbing contact and not taking no for an answer.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Pass to Giles. Back to McCollum. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good. Trailblazers leading by 8. Powell kicks to McCollum. To the inside. And there's Cantor on the assist by McCollum. Cantor's got his first points of the night.
I know CJ plays the 2-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
And Brunson has it in the corner. Hardaway goes in. Cauley-Stein. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's Powell. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Anthony right side. Pass to Giles. Out to Anthony. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Runs in the bounce pass. Stolen by Cantor. It's Anthony with the drive. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to?
I mean, there are so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, three guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. 1:21 left here in the second. Pass to Nurkic. And Cauley Stein over to help. Out to Anthony. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Here's Nurkic. Tips it. And staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got the lead up to 14 now for the Trailblazers.
I feel like Melo has always been a guy who doesn't mind hanging around down low, knocking guys around a little bit, and getting great second chance opportunities.
And that one's good. Burke. And here are the Trailblazers now. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Lillard from deep three-point land. Nurkic. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Burke, the pass to Richardson. He dishes it to Cauley Stein. Back to Richardson. To the middle. Cauley Stein dishes to Richardson. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 5 on the clock. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
I just think he was completely focused there of making his way through contact to score the ball.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
And they pick up 2.
Well, this is the area where Cantor can really unleash his offensive arsenal. Difficult guy to defend inside.
He gets it up. Doesn't go that time. And so it's Portland looking. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They have a 13-point lead. Shaq, how do you think Portland? And that'll do it for our...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
You want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Jones. And it's Simons in at the 1. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half.
Lillard becoming better at staying patient, knowing that at any point in a possession, he can take advantage of somebody. That time he found the open man.
Richardson the pass to Kleber. Inside, out to Doncic. Back to Porzingis. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. And it's 6 points for Porzingis.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Lillard against Richardson. Lillard the pass to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
And Nurkic getting up there and waiting that rim.
Mavericks trail by 15. Doncic outside. The pass to Finney Smith. And here is Kleber. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Nurkic with the block.
At 7 feet tall, Nurkic, not easy to get around. That time throws that one away.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Powell's checked in. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. The three from Porzingis. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Passes it to Simons. Outside Covington. Knocked away and stolen by Richardson. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Now, we have seen continued growth with the NBA's affiliated leagues the last few years. Think about the explosion in popularity of the WNBA, the Basketball Africa League, expansion of the 2K League, greater pay in the WNBA and the G League pathway, along with the unionization of G League players. The league continues to show its commitment to expanding opportunities on multiple levels. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Giles comes in for Robert Covington. Anthony's checked in for Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Anthony Simons. Outside Hardaway. 6 on the shot clock. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Powell, he's checked in for Portland. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Portland leading by 12. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Yep, it counts. Anthony's got his second bucket tonight.
Carmelo really has great footwork down low, showing off the feel right there when he gets near the paint.
Brunson scanning the floor. To the inside, Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Brunson against McCollum. Anthony up on top. He's got 6. 6 to shoot. Powell kicks to Anthony. Back to Powell. Over Hardaway. Anthony, the pass to Kanter. Dishes to Powell. To the paint. To the middle with 1 on the clock. And Kanter throws it down.
Well, not explosive. Kanter shows some mobility right there on the pick and roll.
1:09 left to play in the third. Brunson the pass to Hardaway. Back to Brunson. Down low. Here's Cauley Stein. The shot will not fall. And it's Portland the other way.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And the basket by McCollum.
Such a good player on the in-between game, weaving behind bodies to find some space. And CJ cashes in.
Back to Burke. The dish to Hardaway. Fires the 3. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 4 rebounds in this game. 7-second difference shot in game clock. Powell dishes to Kanter. McCollum outside. Buries the long-range jumper. McCollum's got 7 points.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Here's Brunson. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, so reliable. He clearly needs to be more involved in the offense as they try to shrink this lead.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the floor for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at small forward. Richardson attacking. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Man, sometimes there's dunks and then there's mean dunks. That was a mean dunk.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. The lead is 15. Outside, Jones. Back to McCollum. Here's Cantor. Kicks it out to McCollum from outside the arc. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. Inside, and Cantor throws it down.
And it's not a secret. Cantor is a major factor on the offensive glass thanks to his size, strength, and excellent hand.
Up top, Doncic. Pass to Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. McCollum with the bounce pass. Simons the pass to Cantor. Jones drives in. Porzingis with the block.
You can see Porzingis taking some pride right now on the defensive end of the floor, taking care of the shooter with his long wingspan that time.
Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anfernee Simons.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Lillard looking around. To the inside. Porzingis with the steal. Richardson the pass to Powell. Finney-Smith. It's deflected.
That's good footwork from the big man as Cantor aware defensively to get to that one.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Misses off the right eye. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. A different look for Dallas. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Richardson. Doncic passes to Powell. Right wing. Porzingis finds Redick. Dallas moving it around. Here's Doncic.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Here's Lillard. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
Doncic dishes to Hardaway. Misses off the left iron. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM. And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Trailblazers.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Enes Kanter.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds. This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but Veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
It's good from long range.
Well, I love how Redick gets it going from distance. Really a tremendous three-point shooter.
Doncic against Lillard. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for... The sprawling metropolis of Texas. And before we get...
Hey, Kevin, the map...
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. And the Clippers starting five. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. And for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And that one is good. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Here's Richardson. That's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Kleber finds Doncic. His three-pointers off the mark.
3 straight misses to begin this contest, and already starting to look frustrated.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Here's Porzingis following the score by Reggie Jackson. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
There, they get it going. 1 for 4 now. Always feel good to get that first one.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Here's Doncic. Connects in the foul line jumper.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
There's the pass to Zubac. Outside, George. Porzingis with the block. And they get it back. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on the Dallas Mavericks. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And his percentage at the line last season, right at the 75% mark. Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Richardson finds Kleber. Dallas moving the ball around. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
A heads up on the money pass from Richardson, showing us his all-around game.
Jackson passes to Zubac. To the middle. Feeds to Leonard. Outside for Jackson. Outside, Batum. Pass to Zubac. Second shot opportunity. And no good. And the Mavericks going the other way now. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. Kicks it out to Leonard. Back to Zubac. Leonard on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Los Angeles with another miss. Mavericks have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Outside, Porzingis. Pass to Doncic. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play. In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter, but they get it back. Right side, Leonard. A second chance effort. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame. And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee!
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
And this is how you score in transition. And Paul George, you just have to appreciate his hustle.
Doncic outside. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's George. No good on the last second attempt there. It's a tie game in Dallas. And the second. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
Cauley Stein is out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Hardaway. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Burke in at the 2. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And so here is Dallas. The Clippers getting the bucket. Brunson kicks to Powell. Out to Hardaway. And Brunson has it in the corner. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Morris with the bucket.
One of the more instinctive passes over the last decade. Rondo quickly locates the open man.
Brunson scanning the floor. Cauley Stein passes to Powell. He kicks it to Hardaway. And the basket is good.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Rondo against Powell. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Goes up to the stripe. Morris, no good.
Trying to take advantage of soft defense. He might have gotten over-eager.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Here's Morris. The Mavericks making the shot. Powell pulls it in. And G.A., even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Trey Burke.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
Clearly a foul.
Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, "We can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop." Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
A team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Now here's Leonard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
Brunson kicks to Cauley Stein. Powell trying to free himself up.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
George looking around. Passes to Zubac. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Batum's got his first 2 points.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Now here's Brunson. Dishes it to Powell. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Richardson, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo.
His second foul in as many quarters. We'll see if he backs off or stays aggressive.
Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. Outside Leonard. Now the pass to Patterson. Oh, Leonard in position. Porzingis with the steal. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got the lead up to 3 now for the Mavs.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
Here's George. Porzingis with the block. So that'll be it for the first half. Fair. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They never put themselves in too much danger. Thanks for joining.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Doncic. Paul George making his last shot. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Jackson. To the paint. He can't hit that time. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Here's Porzingis. Batum grabs the miss. The Clippers trail, and now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up.
And guys,
and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call. Dallas making a switch here. Powell's checked in.
and I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Doncic with it. Guarded now by Morris. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the one pick or the second pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. The Mavericks leading. Shot from free throw range. Richardson, good.
With great length for his position, Josh Richardson rising above and knocking down that mid-range jumper.
Jackson against Doncic. On the wing, Morris. Pass to man. And stolen by Richardson. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Here's Finney-Smith. Great D that time from Leonard.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
Kleber with the rebound.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Kicks it out to Richardson. Jackson against Powell. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for the Mavericks. Redick comes in for Doncic. 4 on the clock. Powell for 3. Dallas again missing. Clippers trail by 3. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. 2 points. That one goes.
You see the power right there from Kawhi. Absorbs contact and able to convert right through it.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Jalen Brunson comes in for Josh Richardson. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Brunson against Rondo. Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Rondo on top. Brunson covering. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Rondo is so tricky. Consistently looking to take advantage of the defense being too physical with him.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots at the game right here.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Marjanovic checked in for the Mavericks. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. Hardaway against Morris. Here's Cauley Stein. Redick passes to Hardaway. And Redick, here we go. Pass to Marjanovic. Shot clock at 5. Dallas needs to get off a shot. The shot by Redick, no good. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the 3rd quarter. And Patterson kicks to Kennard. And the Clippers miss again. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully he can stay healthy this go around.
Here's Morris. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp. And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
George is checked in for Los Angeles. Now here's Rondo. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Rondo's got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
The craftiness of Rondo makes him a tough cover in pick and roll sets. Just when you think he's going to pass, he'll surprise you with the shot.
Here's Brunson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Passes it to Marjanovic. Just 3 to shoot. Launches it. Brunson, no good. The Clippers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the 3rd quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. That puts them in the lead. Rondo's got 6 points in the quarter.
Rondo is a pro in transition. He can flat out get it done.
Rondo against Brunson. Kicks to Cauley Stein. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Burke is out there with Richardson. Then there's Maxi Kleber. Then there's Doncic, and it's Cauley Stein in at the 5 spot.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard. There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
Well within striking range. Now is when you have to lock in at both ends.
Now here's Doncic. The dish to Cauley Stein. Oturu with the rebound. George with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic, and that one's good. George.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Mavericks trail by 6. Doncic feeling it out. No good that time. And Los Angeles guys shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. And it's time for an injury report. Let's check in with David Aldridge for an injury update on Porzingis. David.
Well, Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Dallas. He said that he does have a broken nose. It's definitely a painful injury, but not a worst-case scenario.
David, thanks for the great update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sidelines.
I know he'll fight back hard to get back on the floor. He wants to be out here with his teammates.
And Cauley Stein has drawn comparisons to Tyson Chandler due to his length and athleticism. It's important he continues to get better.
Mavericks making a switch here. Porzingis has checked in. Now here is George. The pass to Oturu. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Doncic, no good. Clippers leading by 8. Here's George. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Porzingis with the ball. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Over in the corner, Doncic. Tries again. And it's Porzingis getting it to go.
And what a motor. Porzingis is an all-star talent who is also willing to do the dirty work.
And an intentional foul right there. A different look for Dallas. Dwight Powell comes in for Cauley Stein. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Porzingis. Now Jackson. It's rebounded by Dallas. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Down low, here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
Jackson passes to George.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
And Doncic, here we go.
In Europe,
and here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
He's been doing this a long time. George can hurt you from outside, inside, and everywhere in between.
Doncic against Leonard. Doncic dishes to Powell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Josh Richardson.
And great work at the line there to chip away at the lead. A few more productive trips here, and things could really get interesting.
Here's man. Zubac finds George. Leonard on the wing. This one for 3. No good that time. Now Dallas takes it the other way. One-on-one fast break. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Burke.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Zubac. Back to George. Clock at 6. It's in!
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Burke looking over the floor. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Outside, George. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. The busy freeways of Los Angeles. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. And for the Clippers, we've got Reggie Jackson. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubats in at the 5. George. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Here's George. Portland making their last shot. And Batum kicks to George. Jacks up a 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Simons surveying the D. The shot by Lillard wide open from outside off the mark.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And it's Leonard missing.
Not how you want to start the game. 4 straight misses. I'd like to see some better ball movement from them.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Now here's Jackson. To the inside. Here's Zubats. Great D that time from Nurkic.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Feeds it to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, man, and Jackson is terrific at playing both ends of the floor, and his trademark quickness really putting forth a great effort on defense to come away with that steal.
Now here's Lillard. The tray. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Outside, Batum. Charity stripe shot. They get it back. Zubats the pass to Jackson. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And you can see that Jackson has put a lot of work in on his mid-range J. Definitely a legitimate threat from there.
Lillard with it. Jackson on him. Stolen by Zubats. Here's Leonard. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And he's finding some good shots early on. And what you like about it, he's not trying to do too much.
Now, here's Lillard. 7 points in the game. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, but I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
It's good. Leonard's got 6. 59 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Lillard with it. He's got 9. It's hauled in by Zubats.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against him. That's just great work inside.
Rebounded by Covington.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
And the rejection by Zubats. Here's Jackson, and it's sent back by Lillard. And now Covington running the floor all by himself. Jones dishes to Lillard. And that comes off the assist by Jones. 11 points in the game.
This quarter expending tremendous energy at the offensive end. And he's not slowing down. He's still calling for it.
Left side, George. From 13 feet, it goes down. George has got his second basket.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs.
I think it comes from the end.
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
Here are the five Portland has to start the second quarter. They've got Enes Kanter, C.J. McCollum out there with Norman Powell. Then it's Anthony, and it's Giles in at the power forward. And Kanter over to help. Here's Mann. That misses, had a chance to tie it there.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open three like that.
Pushing it up. Goes up. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Going to tally up another helper for Rondo. I mean, he just keeps climbing that all-time assistless, incredible career that keeps going.
McCollum against Rondo. Powell down low. Kanter, and Kanter throws it down.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, Kanter has led the league in offensive boarding rates. I mean, when you think about it, perhaps the best at picking up his teammates' misses.
Rondo passes to Patterson. Morris with the ball. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots and in.
Here's McCollum. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Giles. He dishes it to Powell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Here's Kennard. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And here is Powell. The rebound by Patterson. And here we go again. The Clippers on the break. And the wide open shot from Morris. Connects from three-point range. Now it's a 4-point Clipper lead. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Out to Anthony. Kanter, the pass to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Anthony down low. Clippers leading by 4. Pass to Mann. Back to Kennard. Now Morris. And it's Rondo in the corner. Pass to Patterson. Powell with the steal. 1:37 left in the first half. And the basket by McCollum.
You can't forget about McCollum from there, proving once again that he's not just a jump shooter.
McCollum against Rondo. The pass to Kennard. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. 1:02 left now here in the second. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from McCollum.
He's an excellent penetrator. I mean, as soon as McCollum sees a lane, he's all over it.
Rondo passes to Patterson. Here's Mann. Back to Patterson. A 3-ball. Powell pulls it in. Trailblazers have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. It's stolen by Rondo. Stolen by McCollum. The feed to Cantor. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Lillard attacking. He nails it, and we're tied up. Lillard's got 13.
Oh, it's easy to appreciate Lillard. Fantastic at powering through the D and nailing the shots.
Now Kennard. Outside Rondo. Here's Oturu, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the end. And Kenny, like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George doesn't show a whole lot of emotion. And that should do it.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Leonard against Jones. Leonard the pass to Zubats. He doesn't hit that one. Portland leading, and now Portland on the break. Here's Simons. That shot off the mark. Excellent D there from George.
That's high-quality defense right there. Reading the situation, reacting, and making that a very tough jump shot.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of those.
Yes.
Jackson, that's good.
He's not the biggest guy on the court, but Jackson doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. He'll take a knock as long as he can get his points out of it.
Lillard with it. Jackson on him. And the basket by Lillard.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Jackson kicks to George. Hits it from three-point range. George has got 7 points.
And, boy, he's got terrific feel on that jump shot. That's how George knocks down those catch-and-shoot jumpers in the blink of an eye.
Lillard from deep three-point land sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Jackson down low. Covered by Lillard. Poked away. Here's the break. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a three-point play. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Now here's Lillard. He's got 18.
It's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Morris is checked in. To the middle. Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Clippers trail by 3. Here's Mann. Morris passes to George. Over McCollum. George, no good. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Giles comes in for Robert Covington. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Jones. And it's Powell in for Damian Lillard. Trailblazers leading by 3. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite too, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Jackson passes to Oturu. He gets that one.
But you can't leave somebody that wide open when Jackson's running the show. Reggie will find him every time.
Powell with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Clippers trail by 3. Here's Batum. Outside Jackson. There's 48 seconds left in the third. And it's blocked. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Six to shoot. Pass to Oturu. Outside for Jackson. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Trailblazers leading by 3. Outside Anthony. Three-pointer. Offensive rebound. Tries yet again. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Batum's got 4 rebounds in this game. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure. That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
McCollum against Kennard. McCollum passes to Kanter. Back to McCollum. And the shot goes down. 3/4 of play in a close game here. Trailblazers out in front. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. They've got Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point guard. It's good.
Wow, when Jackson is just crafty down inside, he has such a quick release that even taller defenders can't get to it in time.
Here's Simons. Kanter trying to free himself up. A nice shot by Simons. And the Trailblazers lead by 3. Rondo scanning the floor. Outside for Batum. Powell against Jackson. Passes it to Zubac. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Both teams will make substitutions. And it's tied up with that one. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. The Trailblazers shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Lillard outside. Paul George with the steal. Man passes to Morris. And here is Zubac. Outside Leonard. To take the lead. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Kicks it to Nurkic. Here is Lillard. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lillard's got 20.
All night long, Lillard has been taking over on the offensive end. I mean, adjusting to every defense they've thrown at him.
George dishes to Leonard. And he uses the glass on the layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Lillard attacking. Yep, that one goes. Lillard's got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, the D has got to do a better job clogging up routes to the rim. Lillard is a terror when it comes to driving the shot.
Man passes to Zubac. Morris looking over the floor. Back to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And after all that time, finally, they've been able to tie it up here in the fourth quarter. What a comeback and what a finish we have in store.
I didn't think they'd be able to come all the way back. This game's had a little bit of everything.
Both teams deciding to change it up. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
That's why you give Lillard the rock. When it's an important possession, you know he's going to rise to the occasion.
Now Rondo. Pass to Leonard to take the lead. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
He wants the ball. They want him to have the ball. And as usual, he comes through in the clutch.
Three-pointer, Lillard. It's not going to go for him. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room. Now it's a 3-point Clipper lead. For Portland, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
Now here's Rondo. And the pass to Zubac. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Lillard. Oh, that was a strong dunk.
That's how you go home.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hand. They thought they could count on him to make crucial shots.
Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Collin comes in for Anthony Simon. And free throw good from Lillard.
Wrong guy to put on the line in the close game. You know he's not going to miss.
Outside Leonard. Inside. Oturu. Money!
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Lillard with it. From deep. Trifecta!
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
George, that's a 2-pointer. Oturu, the pass to George. And the rebound by Nurkic. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Paul George with the steal. Launches a 3. No good from 3-point territory.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort. Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
And one thing you talk about with Lillard, great at all times, but absolutely lethal in the clutch. And it's going to come down to a three-point attempt. I mean, what a huge moment to come through at the line.
George passes to Okulu, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
From deep, George. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. This week. The Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2 spot. And for Dallas, you've got Doncic. Porzingis is out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. Now Richardson, after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard, kicks it out to Richardson. Up again. Porzingis on the follow.
Guys, you look at Porzingis, and it seems like he's got a knack for chasing down the ball on the offensive glass. Really good instincts.
Here's Simons. Lillard outside. Nurkic trying to get open, and Lillard gets it to go. Tonight, Greg, 2 teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt. Yeah. And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the court.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent. Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And it's blocked.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
Here's Jones. Kicks it out to Covington. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Porzingis with the block. They recover it. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Nurkic. The shot that time, not on target. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Richardson outside. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Richardson, he's a physical guard now. This guy's got good strength, and he powers through physical contact and capitalizes there.
Lillard against Porzingis. Bucket is good. Lillard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Cloak loose. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And so here is Dallas. Portland making their last shot. Porzingis, 11 feet out, and he hits it.
Really easy to understand why many are high on Porzingis. This guy is a terrific offensive player.
Now Lillard. 1:53 left to play in the first. Banked in off the glass. Lillard's got 6. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Trailing by 2.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Now here's Nurkic. Covington dishes to Nurkic, and good that time. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Portland.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
77% shooter at the line a season ago. Those are better than average numbers.
Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Giles comes in for Robert Covington. Powell, he's checked in for Anthony Simons. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Lillard. And it's Melly missing. Portland leading by 3. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
The putback, great positioning on the putback.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Here's McCollum. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Trailblazers lead by 3. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
They've got Maxi Kleber, Jalen Brunson out there with J.J. Redick. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Brunson the pass to Kleba. Back to Brunson. Passes it to Kleba. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Cauley Stein, and Cantor pulls it down. Portland leading by 3. Here's Powell. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. Now here's Brunson. On the wing, Hardaway. For the 3. Portland grabs the miss. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Here's Powell. The shot missing. Great D that time from Reddick. Mavericks trail by 5. Here's Brunson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
McCollum with the ball. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Out to Anthony. Back to McCollum. The pass to Giles. Dishes it to McCollum. Here's Cantor. Oh, the power on that throwdown.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Now here's Brunson. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Reddick against Powell. Dallas needs to get off a shot. The shot by Reddick, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Now here's Brunson. Up and in on the layup. Brunson's got 6 points. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to lose.
That's a solid blueprint.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
So Portland ends up going with the new group.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Right side, Porzingis. Tipped away. Finney Smith passes to Porzingis. Powell kicks to Richardson. It's to Porzingis. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Portland leading by 5. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Lillard attacking. The 10-footer finds the target.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Richardson outside. Pass to Finney Smith. On the wing, Doncic. Goes up on the block. That one doesn't drop. And so it's Portland All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to... The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At its highest, their lead topped out at... And that...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. They've got Jones, Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in at the 2. Covington passes to Nurkic. Outside, Jones. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Porzingis.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and 1.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. 8-point game. The dish to Powell. Shoots over Covington. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Powell's got his second basket of the game.
Powell playing with a lot of confidence because he knows he has the trust of his teammates. They've got confidence in him to take these shots.
Lillard way outside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's Dallas the other way. Here's Richardson. Unloads from 9. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Richardson. Porzingis has got 6 points.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Lillard, whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And no stopping Lillard. Excellent at staying in control no matter what the D throws at him.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Mavericks trail by 7. Doncic looking it over. Hardaway passes to Doncic. He kicks to Powell. Back to Doncic. 6 to shoot. Dallas moving the ball around. Good on the bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And that one's good, Lillard.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep 3.
Doncic outside. Richardson outside. Shoots over Lillard. Richardson, good.
That time Richardson defaulted to the mid-range shot. We know he can shoot them from deep, but mixing in that mid-range, it'll keep the defense off balance.
Now, here's Lillard. 14 points for him. The feed to Jones to the left wing. Here's Simons. Hits. Count that one from Nurkic. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for Dwight Powell. Trey Burks checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Cauley-Stein kicks to Hardaway. Lets it go from 11, and Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 6 rebounds in the game. Down low, and Cantor throws it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
We've got 1:18 left to play in the third, but they'll get another chance. Cantor finds Powell. Kicks it out to McCollum. Shoots the three. Drills it from outside. McCollum's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
That'll be a 5-second call.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Finney Smith's checked in. Anthony looking it over. Back to McCollum. Feeds it to Cantor. Shakes him. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul against Dallas.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
Jones checked in for the Trailblazers. Damian Lillard comes in for McCollum. Here's Brunson, stolen by Cantor. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. To the paint. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Lillard. Anthony's got his first basket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful, because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers, feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Back right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. J.J. Redick is out there with Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And here's McCollum for 3. And it's Finney Smith with the rebound.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see, because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And the Mavericks with some changes. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Luka Doncic subbed in for J.J. Redick. Portland also making some changes. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Little comes in for Anthony. And Lillard subbed in for Powell. Portland needs to get off a shot. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. They trail by 18. And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Come to me.
Richardson against Lillard. Here's Porzingis. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
McCollum passes to Lillard. From the arc. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Lillard. McCollum's got 9 points here in the second half. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. McCollum against Doncic. Drops in the layup for 2.
Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
McCollum against Richardson. Here's Giles. Back to McCollum. Little dishes to McCollum. Kicks it to Little. Shot clock at 6. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
And the dunk by Doncic.
Doncic doing a nice job showing you some sneaky explosion and athleticism on that throwdown.
Trailblazers leading by 15. Here is Lillard. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound. Giles. At the elbow, it's Little. Passes it to Lillard. McCollum outside. Lets the 3 fly. Good work defensively by Richardson.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Doncic with the steal. Richardson against McCollum. Now Lillard.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Trailblazers.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Damian Lillard.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Richardson against Lillard. From deep. No good there. Good work defensively by Richardson. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Doncic against McCollum. Back to Doncic. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hardaway.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
The Blazers on offense. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Lillard against Doncic. Now, here's Lillard. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily. They've got a few injuries on their bench, less options, but you'd think not too big of an impact for them.
2 players injured, one of their stars out, something they'll have to dig deep to overcome.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Here's Doncic following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Doncic. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And here they come. There's Jackson with the 3. It's hauled in by Porzingis. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. It's good.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Kleba against George. Outside for Jackson. Back to Zubac. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Porzingis. This is his first free throw of the game.
And last season, he made good on about 3 out of every 4 free throw attempts. And last time I checked, I think that's 75%.
Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Richardson up top, defended by George. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, he throws it down with such ease. That rim might as well be 8 feet off the ground.
George looking around, launches it. They get the rebound. No good from Zubac. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Doncic outside. Pass to Powell. Dallas moving it around. Back to Richardson. Pass to Porzingis, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also, at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Morris. Unable to get that one. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Powell against Leonard to the inside. And the dunk by Porzingis.
There's real synergy in play right now on the offensive end. The pass was right where it needed to be.
Rondo passes to Leonard. But they recover it. Back to Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Well, you have to get something out of that possession, and thanks to Patterson's work on the glass, heads-up play to score that.
Doncic outside. Powell trying to free himself up, and a missed layup.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
And with the pace of today's game, transition defense is at a premium.
I don't think anyone was catching him on that play. That is unbelievable.
Now, here's Doncic. Rondo with the steal. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. Yep, that one goes in there.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
Up top, Doncic. He's covered by Rondo. Doncic with the bucket.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
There's 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Well, a convincing finish by Patrick Patterson, giving us a demonstration of the kind of power he has at his disposal.
Richardson kicks to Powell, and there's the pass to Finney-Smith. Doncic outside. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. The Clippers on top, up by 5. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
We've got Luke Kennard, also Rajon Rondo out there, and it's Oturu in at the 5 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Here's Brunson. Pass to Marjanovic. Morris with the rebound. Here's Coffey. Guarded by Hardaway. Lays it up and banks it in. Coffey's got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Outside, Redick. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. To the middle. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Mavericks trail by 7. Brunson up top. He's covered by Rondo. Kennard against Redick. Rondo with the steal. Oh, and here we go with Rondo. Nobody back. Finished off the break. Rondo's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, always had great instincts defensively. Rondo using that length there to come up with the steal.
Brunson the pass to Redick. Back to Brunson. Outside, Redick. They get it again.
Well, this is a big part of what Dwight Powell needs to do. Battle hard on the offensive glass, turn those second chance opportunities into points.
Now here's Rondo. He has 6, and he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Here's Jackson. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Jackson's got 5 points so far.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And Redick kicks to Brunson. Fires the three. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
On the wing, Jackson. Brunson covering. Pass to Zubac. Back to Leonard. Clock at 6. The rebound by Marjanovic. Mavericks trail by 7. The 9-foot shot. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
1:52 left to play here in the second quarter. And here's Leonard from 3. Jackson looking around, down low. Batum finds Zubac, and yes, it's good. And the Clippers lead by 9.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Redick passes to CLA Stein. The 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis comes in for Marjanovic. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr.
Well, the length of Paul George creating opportunities for his team. He covers an awful lot of ground with that wingspan.
Mavericks trail by 13. Here's Doncic. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Now George. Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
CLA Stein kicks to Porzingis. Doncic with the bucket.
He's starting to heat up now. He's been much more efficient with the shot in this quarter than in the first.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
Left side, George. Misses the layup. And so it's Los Angeles. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5 points. Checking. And that.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's George. That doesn't go either for George.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Here's Batum. Second chance shot. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Kristaps Porzingis. George against Richardson. Outside, George. That one's not going to go. Nice D from Porzingis.
Not a terrific start here in the second half. 4 attempts, nothing to show for it.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
It's good on the putback. Zubac has got 6.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. And Doncic, here we go. And it's in there. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft. First on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
Marjanovic, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Patterson's checked in. On the free throw, no good. Clippers leading by 7. Rondo kicks to Patterson. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Dallas. Here's Burke. And he banks in the layup. LA's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. In the corner, Kennard with it. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Marjanovic, no good. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
A minute 42 left to play here in the third. Back to Brunson. Dallas moving the ball around. Cauley Stein passes to Marjanovic. Yes, that goes in. Marjanovic has got 4 this quarter.
Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
Zubac kicks to Kennard. Here's Morris, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Well, just so good at taking advantage of the mid-range. Marcus Morris feels comfortable in that area.
Here's Brunson. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. Rondo with it. He's got 8. 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. Morris kicks to Kennard. 5 to shoot. And the rejection by Marjanovic.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Burke.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Rondo dishes to Morris. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Got a piece of it. Fast break, Dallas. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
That one drops. He ties it up. There's 14 seconds left in the third. Redick against Jackson.
Come get it. Come get it.
Patterson tips it back in. Patterson's got 6 points.
How about the anticipation and the timing there? He is all over it.
The deep three from Redick. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Clippers lead by 2. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So for the Clippers right now, Batum is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Jackson, then it's Paul George, and it's Mann in at the 2-guard spot. Deflects the pass. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A different look for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Cauley Stein. Richardson comes in for Burke. And Doncic is subbed in for J.J. Redick. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Both good from the line that time.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
Well, the hoop and the harm. Luka Doncic, the finish, and he'll get an opportunity to add to that.
That free throw good from Doncic. Clippers leading by 3. Outside, George. Pass to Zubac. Richardson against George. And then George with the jam.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
And Doncic, here we go.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention? Oh,
come on. Here's Zubac. Jackson has the open look, and he's good on the 3-ball.
I'll tell you, one thing Jackson has never lacked, confidence. I mean, when he gets a look, Reggie always believes his next shot will be his best one.
And the 3-ball is good.
In that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Outside for George. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Well, Paul George says, I can answer with my own big-time three-point shot. Go to work, PG.
Stolen by George. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. Oh! That is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish.
Nice.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hand. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's foul number 2 for him. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Jackson. The Mavericks also with a sub. Finney Smith's checked in. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Well, this speaks to the feel that Kristaps Porzingis has for the game of basketball. If you're open, he'll find you.
Rondo looking around. Crew on the 14-footer. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Listen, he's hot and cold. Don't let him get hot, because then he's rolling.
Doncic outside. They get it back.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or 2.
Rondo kicks to Zubac. Batum wide open. He fires. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Richardson. Excellent D there from George. And And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Now the pass to Leonard. Over Porzingis. Leonard, no luck. Mavericks trail by 6.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip.
Clippers have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Outside Rondo. Back to Zubac. Over Porzingis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Porzingis. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. A different look for Dallas. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Richardson. Outside, George. Leonard inside. Guarded by Porzingis. Powell with the steal. It's hauled in by George. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. He dishes it to Batum. Back to George. Shoots the 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Redick inside the line. And it's off the back rim. No good. And so Los Angeles takes the win, probably a little closer than they would have liked. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it. And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
And the Clippers starting five. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in at the power forward. And for Portland, Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Simons in at the 2.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen him.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
And here's George. Pass to Batum. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Here's Lillard. We're about 1 minute into the first, and it's good for 2.
Smart and aggressive. Lillard repeatedly dominating the pick and roll set.
Outside, George to the inside. Zubac finds George, sinks the 3-pointer.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Lillard. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Feeds to Nurkic. Takes it out to Covington. Now Nurkic. Jones in the post. Leonard's there.
And no one really crashing down on the backside. A breakdown defensively.
Now here's Jackson. There's the pass to Leonard. Outside for Jackson. To the paint, Zubac. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Over to the wing. Here's Lillard. Makes it off the glass. Lillard's got his second bucket.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here is George. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor, checked in for Robert Covington. Anthony comes in for Derek Jones. Powell, he's checked in for Anthony Simons. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Damian Lillard. Morris, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Anthony in the corner. Now here's Powell. Not a lot of room. He feeds it to Cantor. That one goes. Counted.
Good combination of power and finesse by Cantor. Helps him finish strong through contact.
Rondo against McCollum. Passes to Mann. Inside. Patterson can't get it to go. Trailblazers leading by 5. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
The former Turkish star and 3rd overall pick in the 2011 draft, Cantor is still trying to become a dominant force at the NBA level.
Harry Giles is checked in for the Trailblazers. Now here's Rondo. One up, one down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And that occasional brilliance of Rondo on display here, somehow, some way, figuring out a way to score through the contact.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Connects on the 9-footer.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Pass to Patterson. Stolen by Cantor. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's Powell.
And they've clearly been the aggressors here early on, drawing fouls and working themselves to the line.
It's his first trip to the line.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Outside Rondo. To the paint. Knocked loose. He's looking for Patterson and finds him. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed,
this game, it's...
Greg, you know this, it takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
The high-powered backcourt pick, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And Timon's in for C.J. McCollum.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Jackson against Lillard. Jackson misses. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Trailblazers have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. And Jones has it in the corner. And it's off from three-point range. Clippers trail by 13. George dishes to Jackson. Can they get it? Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Portland's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Covington finds Lillard. Kicks it out to Jones. Covington with it. George picks him up. 6 on the shot clock. Jones against Leonard. Jones, no luck. For Los Angeles, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
They're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Lillard fires away from way outside. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Now here is George. He's guarded closely. Here's Zubac. Rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers leading by 13. There's the feed to Lillard. Pass to Simons. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range there. Much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Just straight quickness. Lillard showing off the effortless blow-by.
Jackson looking around. 35 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Leonard. Nurkic with the block.
At 7 feet tall, Nurkic, not easy to get around. That time throws that one away.
And the dunk by Covington.
And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
Left side, George. And the shot goes in. George has got 6 points in the quarter.
And Paul George in the mid-range area, just dominating that possession.
Lillard outside. And the shot goes in.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They lead by 15. Kenny, how'd you... And...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. They've got Ivica Zubac. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in the shooting guard position.
Now, this is what makes Cantor so offensively capable. He can not only score, but he draws fouls to get to the free throw line as well.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And he finished last season right around 71% from the line, so not exactly his best percentage.
Clippers trail by 17. Outside, George. Outside, Batum takes the 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. McCollum with the ball. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Paul George not waiting around, wanting to get out in transition, run the floor, and become a dangerous weapon on the perimeter.
And it's McCollum off the drive. And that one, good.
They haven't relied on him as much as usual, but when his number has been called, he shot well enough to help them earn the lead.
The pass to George. Now, here's Zubac. An easy 2 points on the layup. Zubac has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man. And
here's McCollum. The shot's good.
And that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebound.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Giles the pass to Cantor. Giles kicks to Cantor. The dish now to Powell. That's tipped. Paul George with the steal. One-on-one fast break. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Leonard. Jackson's got 6.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Cullen passes to Cantor. That shot missing. The Clippers go the other way with it. Here's George. No good. Trailblazers leading by 13. Powell dishes to McCollum. To the inside. Here's Cantor. And the layup's good off the glass. Cantor's got 4 points this quarter.
I know CJ plays the 2-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
Jackson kicks to Leonard over Anthony. And too long on the shot. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Giles. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Anthony. And Damian Lillard subbed in for McCollum. Rondo passes to Patterson. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Jones. Keeps it alive. Powell kicks to Jones. Lillard outside. Shot clock at 5. And that one drops.
Well, he's capable of lighting a fuse and putting on a fireworks show. He'll do it in any building. Tonight he's got it going.
Rondo passes to Morris. Shoots over Covington. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Morris has got his first bucket in this one.
That's what you want to work for, a high percentage look from deep.
Lillard surveying the D. Feeds to Nurkic. He's looking for Lillard and finds him. Back to Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Nurkic has got 6 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
To the middle. It's stolen by Jones. And the dunk by Powell.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
And the wide open shot from Morris. And so it's Portland cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are... And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in two different settings.
Yeah, I mean, two very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity.
What a jam!
Wow, fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice. Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Pass to man. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Covington wide open. He fires. The offensive rebound. Jones kicks to Covington. Hits. Count that one from Nurkic.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
The drive by Rondo. Patterson can't get it to go.
Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Lillard fires away from way outside. That one misses. He has made 7 of his 9 field goal attempts. Jackson dishes to Leonard. Down low. Outside, George. Shoots over Covington. Takes the 12-footer and hits.
Well, keep it or dish it. Those are the decisions Paul George is trying to make, and he makes the right one there.
Lillard outside. And Lillard throws it down.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Simons, the pass to Covington. Here's Simons, defended by George. Nurkic, and the rejection by Zubac. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Leonard.
Yeah, maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And that one's good. Lillard.
Consistent and accurate from that particular spot on the floor. The offense kind of predicts those shots. Lillard's got a good eye for the mid-range.
Jones against Leonard. Left block shot on the way. And the shot is good.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard, the pass to Simons. To the middle. Just 5 on the clock. Jones drives in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And it's George missing.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Trailblazers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Lillard.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
43 seconds left in the fourth. Lillard outside. Over Jackson. Nurkic trying to get open. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Here's George.
Oh, man.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Simons. Off the left rim and out. Outside, George. Tries from 7. Misses.
That's the kind of D you want from your big fella Nurkic there. Make sure he is contesting the shot.